Please watch the video I'm going to insert on the next slide. Although everything that she is saying on the video may not be accurate, but there's some element of truth in it. We'll discuss that when we return.
The bags come from China, but the leather comes from Nigeria. The bags are manufactured in China, but the leather, the exotic skins, the snake skin, the alligator, it comes from Kano, Nigeria. Come on in, let's talk about it. Yes, because I love that the Chinese manufacturers are coming on here and asserting that they are producing these luxury bags and luxury goods, but also Black people have a hand in that manufacturing by way of tanneries in Kano, Nigeria. So a tannery is a institution, a business in which you are converting animal products like skins, leather, suede, alligator skins, snake skins, all kinds of exotic skins into textiles so that they can be used for goods, clothing, bags. And Kano, Nigeria is headquarters, world headquarters for this practice. And they have long since been headquarters for hundreds of years.
So that's the video of the lady known as Shelby Ivy Christie. The town she's pronouncing is actually pronounced Kano, Nigeria. That's the place I was actually born. While growing up, I would always see hides and skins being made. Little did I know that they were actually made for export until much later in life when I was, into my adulthood that I began to understand what the trade was like. And from that town, there was a lot of trade when it comes to hides and skin all the way to Morocco. And it has always been like that for centuries. I'm an advocate for always talking about Africa trading among themselves. But look at what is happening with those skins exported all the way to Asia and into China. And then, of course, you have some of your high pricey bags, made and then returned to the continent of Africa and then sold at an exorbitant price. I can guarantee you that most of the people who trade in the hides and skins in Kanu are not even making a whole lot of money. There was one video I watched where a hide or a skin of an animal was actually imported, into China to produce something that cost $480. And this is what is going on our continent, year after year, day after day. People are being ripped off. While Africa continues to provide the raw materials for the world to grow, Africa itself has not found its feet. And it's something that I've continuously continued to speak about. The fact still remains that while we have a young population of over 450 million people, that means that those 450 million young people have to get involved in some of those trade such that Africa can grow. That's the story of what I've been talking about over the last few days. And basically, it's time Africa wakes up because the whole tariff thing, when it was talked about, what we were concerned was USAID. But what happens to the raw materials that we export to the world? What are we doing about it? How are we solving problems with those raw materials that we export? Unfortunately, the political class in Africa is still slipping. But Africa, it's time to wake up. Wake up, young people, and let's make a good trade of what the global world is doing with trade.